I bought car products from AliExpress, so you don't have to. Did I waste my money, or is some of this actually worth buying? Today we're going to answer that question. So if you saw the Temu video, which you could check out here, there was a few things I actually found kind of surprising, a few things I wasn't happy with, and the rest was just kind of in the middle. So today all of our products are from AliExpress, and we're going to do the same thing and see if these are any better, or if Temu takes the win. So starting off, we have this stuffed NOS bottle, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cute, honestly. It has like a little valve on the top, and it's nice and soft and squishy. Not really a whole lot to say. It's just kind of a cool conversation piece to have in your car maybe, or I have mine sitting on my couch. I also got a mini one to match, and it has a little strap that can actually go on the back and become like a headrest for your car. So that's pretty cool, and honestly, I think they're pretty awesome. I'd recommend it. I'll go ahead and throw the cost up on screen here for you. So up next, we have another box of clips. Honestly, every time I go on AliExpress or Temu, I just can't help myself. I have to get a box of these because you can never have enough. So this is actually a pretty good assortment. I like them better than the ones I got from Temu. So it cost me this much, and there's 10 to 20 pieces in each little slot here. And there's 6 slots in total. Again, not much to say, but they do seem to be decent quality. Close to OEM, I would say. So up next, we got a couple of keychains. So they have a RX-7 and a R32 on there. Pretty cool. And they do have this little peelable film to keep it from scratching. So that's pretty satisfying. I think they're made of acrylic, and they got a nice little chain. Pretty cool. I also got this one that says Corrupt on it, and it has a Miata and some other JDM cars on there. So this was the cost of the keychains. And honestly, I'd recommend for a keychain, they're pretty cool. So sticking with the keychains, we got a couple more here. So I see these designs all over the place, actually. You can get them on air fresheners and stickers and stuff like that. But I seen them as a keychain, so I figured I'd pick them up. There's a girl sitting on a wheel. And there's one with a turbo. Honestly, you've probably seen these before. Like I said, they're all over the place on air fresheners and stuff. But they are metal, and they seem to be decent. And honestly, I have so many pairs of keys for all my different cars, and you can never have enough. So there's 2 more. This is the cost of those keychains. So if you watch the Temu video right here, you could see that I had a new Vegas pin that we put on the sun visor. So I thought I would get another pin. This time it's the mask from Crash Bandicoot. I grew up with the PS1 and I like that era, so I thought it would look pretty cool. See, he's pretty colorful, and I think he'll look pretty good next to my new Vegas pin. And that was the cost of the pin. So now we're going to take our little pin and add it with the other one that I have. And there you guys have it, side by side. Nice little addition. So moving on from the pins and keychains, we have a few car chargers here I wanted to check out. So this first one has USB and USB-C. And this cool little hook, and it has Subaru branding. This one kind of surprised me. I thought it would be plastic, but it's actually a metal case, which is nice. So that'll match in my car quite nicely. So moving on, this one is actually supposed to be an FM transmitter, I believe. And if you own an old car with a stock head unit, you know how important these are. This one actually has 5 plugins. 1 USB-C and 4 USB, which is really nice. That's kind of the reason I bought it. You can see the little screen on there as well, which I assume is for tuning to the right frequency. But I don't see a button on how you change it. It does kind of twist here, but it kind of feels like it's not supposed to. So we'll have to check that out in the vehicle. This is the price for the 2 chargers. So next we're going to try out our transmitter. You see, this is my old one here. Plug our new guy in, and we're gonna turn on our key. So guys, kind of funny. I ordered this stuff a long time ago, like a few months ago, and I'm just getting to it now. I thought this was a transmitter, but when I went back and checked my order, it's actually just a charger, and the numbers are your voltmeter. So I saw the screen and I thought it was an FM transmitter, but it's not. It's actually just a voltmeter, and it's just a 5-way charger. So I guess that turning piece was just bad quality, but other than that, it seems to work pretty good. And then this is our Subaru one. I actually really like this one because it sits nice and flush inside, and then you actually use that little hook to pick it up. I'll show you. So when you want to remove it, that's how you do it. Honestly, pretty cool feature. Now moving on, this one's kind of strange, but I bought it for a reason. So it's supposed to be a little like cleaner for your windshield, and the inside of my windshield is always dirty, so I figured this would be useful. But this is some really cheap plastic, I'm not gonna lie. So here it is all together. It definitely feels super cheap, but honestly, it's not that bad. If you weren't scrubbing like super hard, I don't think it would snap. So, and I mean, you shouldn't really be scrubbing that hard with this anyway, so it'd probably be all right. It is nice that this is removable so you can wash it. Although honestly, for how cheap it was, I'd probably just buy another one if it got that bad, but it is a nice thing. So we'll have to go test this out, but this is how much it cost. It does leave little furries everywhere, but I think that's just because it's brand new. All right, so I poured some water on, and we're going to give it a test. So it was quite easy to get down like in here with it, but now it's left all this like kind of droplets, so I'm going to have to dry it. Yeah, so I went ahead and dried it, and I must say it did work pretty good. I mean, you could probably get the same results with just a wet cloth, but for what it cost, I mean, kind of handy to have. So next up, not really a product for your car. It could be, but it is a sticker pack. But this one's really cool. I had to show this off. Now, obviously, I can't go through every sticker here. There's over 100, but I'll show some of the cool ones. Little car meet scene, Evo, Speed Hunters. This was the same as my keychain. Midnight Club. This one was really cool. It's like a ad from the 80s for Chevy Sports. It's got all the big GM cars from the 80s and then some popular sports on there. This one's really cool. NASCAR. Nissan Z. Mark III Supra. Love to have one of these cars one day. Cool little Prelude. Another Chevy ad. Some Max Verstappen synthwave going on here. Some more 80s synthwave. Absolutely love that. There's a nice Mustang ad. Toyota Celica. So like I said, I'm not going to show them all because there's over 100, but that was some of my favorites. Definitely recommend. This is what it cost me. So up next, this one's pretty cool. If I can get it out of the box. So it's actually a NOS water bottle. Kind of the same as the pillows, but pretty cool. Not much to show off. It's just a normal bottle, but if you're a car guy and you want to show off that you're a car guy with your water bottle, there you go. That's what it cost. So next up, we have these here. And they are coasters that go in your cup holder. I'm going to get them open with one hand here. They say Subaru on them. Now, I did pre-charge these so I could show you. There's a button on the back here you click. So they go through different colors. Again, they have that satisfying peel to keep it from getting scratched and smudged. There's a few different modes. I think there's one that cycles through the colors. So honestly, pretty cool. I do like it. They are chargeable, which is nice. Just off of a little plug-in here. My one gripe with them, and I'll turn out the lights and show you so it'll be a little better, but they don't quite light up evenly the whole way around. You'll see what I mean, but it could be better, but for what you pay, what do you expect? All right, so I'm going to kill the lights, show you what they look like. So honestly, not as bad as I thought once it's in the dark. When it was in the light, you could kind of see it, but here it is in the dark, and it does light up pretty evenly. It's not as bad once you're in the dark, so I retract my gripe. So this is what they cost, and honestly, I would recommend. If you want to see what these look like in the car, they're going to be in our interior lighting makeover video right here, so be sure to catch that. So moving on, I'm quite excited about these. So these are actual puddle lights that say Subaru, and they'll project the logo onto the ground. If you don't know what puddle lights are, when you open your door, there's like a little light, and it'll project a picture onto the ground coming off your door, so it'll open with your door. It's really cool. So usually when you get puddle lights from Amazon or AliExpress or anything, they're like a little black box that you like stick to your door panel, and there's a magnet that sits on your door sill, and then it's closed, and when you open it, it knows that there's no connection there anymore, and it knows to turn the light on, which works well enough. I had them before in my old Honda, but they are bulky and kind of ugly. Like, it's not hard to tell what they are, and it's not very professional looking if you're looking for a clean build. But these are much different. They have a proper plug-in, and they're like an actual meant to replace the light in your door. Now the problem is they're not made for my Subaru. This won't fit. But if you're actually looking at this, all this is just one big reflector. And then there's a little bit of a metal piece back here, and then the plug-in. Now the plug-in looks like it'll work. If not, I can make it work. But this whole plastic piece, I can remove that. I just need this little lens here that actually projects it out. So what I'm thinking is I can cut this plastic lens off, keep just that small black piece, wire this in to the lighting that's already on the door that comes on when you open it, and kind of insert these into the door panel and have a really, really professional looking custom setup. So that's what I'm going to do with these. So if you want to see that in a video, I will put it here when it's finished. You could check it out. But stay tuned for that one, because I think that one's going to be pretty cool. But for now, I can't actually show you what they look like because I don't have them installed. But they cost me this much. And there's a picture for you. So again, check out that video when it's out, and you can see what these look like installed in the car. So finally, we have this big duffel bag that I can't even really fit in the frame without blocking myself out. It's a pretty cool bag. It's got that kind of old school 90s racing seat pattern on it, which is cool. And the straps are made to look like they're seat belts, which is awesome. And it's got a nice little Recaro patch here, which isn't like super cheap. It's actually pretty nice. The whole bag's pretty nice. It is bright green inside, which is a odd choice for sure. But I think this is my new overnight bag when I'm at car shows and stuff. It's pretty awesome. That is what the bag cost. So that is it for my AliExpress haul. Let me know. Did you think the Temu haul was better, or did the AliExpress haul win? Honestly, I think the Temu haul had a little more unique items, but I think this one was better. I like this one a little better. I'm very excited to try out those puddle lights and see how well they work in the Subaru, if I can get them to look professional and not tacky, as well as that duffel bag. That's going to be my new overnight bag for car shows, like I said, so that's pretty cool. I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, because it'll help me when I go to make more of these. And I better get to work, because it looks like there's a few more install videos I need to make now. So I'll see you then. Until then, peace.